I know I usually announce whether I come on. Well, not usually, but sometimes I do, and it's alright. Let's see. I think we're all set. I think we are good. We're rolling, we're green. We're streaming. Hey, you be quiet. So this is gonna be more like this is gonna be more like a vlog, basically. So, welcome, good evening, good afternoon, and good morning to wherever you are on the world abroad. I'm your host, Michelle. Welcome to the Optimistic M on YouTube. I'm probably gonna change that title. I don't know, but I like it. Australia 2017. How about this? Australia 2017 Adventure. How about that? Bam. It's done deal. So I want to welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about basically my upcoming trip to Australia. But first, I'm going to talk about some updates in my life. I'm going to talk about things I did the last time I was in Australia, and then we'll kind of go from there. So I hope you didn't miss me too long. I have been kind of busy here and there. I'm not going to go in any particular order except for the different agendas, but also I've discovered this new app, and it's actually not new, but it's new to me because it's like I've been looking for this for such a long time. It's called Anchor. So check it out. Let's see if you can see this real quick here. There we go. There we go. Anchor. So I've been doing Anchor for the past nearly 2 weeks. Thanks to Honeybee for inviting us on there. Well, she didn't really invite us, but she was the first on there, the first one from the old Instagram, Insta Radio days. If you guys aren't familiar with Insta Radio or Roar, those were two different apps that was basically an audio or podcasting social platform. And it met its demise about 2 years ago, 2015. I'd say more that year, and then the year after it just fell off totally. Like 2016, last year, it just totally gone. The servers were still up for even a year after the developers decided they just wanted to call it quits, basically. They left it for dead. So I've personally been looking for an alternative podcasting source for that. I've looked at SoundCloud. I've looked at even Spreaker. Every app has its pros and cons, obviously. And then I found it, or rather, somebody else found it. A friend, an acquaintance of mine from Insta Radio and Roar, found this app, and then I was told, because we have a Hangouts group pretty much dedicated to the app. Well, we used to. Now we kind of just use it to chat back and forth. Hey, how you doing? Kind of thing. She got on there. By the way, she's on YouTube. She's Honeybee. Oh yeah, let me put her in my mentions area here so you guys can look for her. I'm like bumping up there. What the heck is going on up there? B3 and E. Anyway, she's on YouTube. She's on Roar, or not Roar, but she's on Anchor, and she's on Instagram. Check her out. Just some pretty interesting topics. I think she does some vlogs. Not so much vlogs, but she does definitely podcasts and Instagram. She's a student. She goes to college, that sort of thing. Check her out. So anyway, she gets on there. I was like, I followed the link. I listened to what she had, and I was like, oh, dude, I gotta get on this app. And I'm like, it just felt right. It felt right. And next thing you know, I'm downloading this app, and I got it. I got an account. I'm the Mystic Mind Cast. Mystic Mind Cast is back, and that's what I'm doing now. So I'm doing that right now. I'm doing it like late at night. Pretty much when I'm in bed, I'll listen and then I'll cast. Sometimes I'll respond. Sometimes I'll do it throughout the day if I got some downtime. So that's what I've been doing lately. If you haven't heard Anchor, get on it. I consider it to be like the Snapchat of podcasting. I coined that. Nobody else can have that. I'm just joking. But anyways, that's what I consider to be the podcast, the Snapchat of podcasting. And I'll let you know. I'll tell you why. Basically, you know how like normal podcasts, like you do a podcast, it'll be up like forever, right? In this situation, the app is designed so you can do a 5-minute segment, kind of like radio, if you think about it, like radio segment, and you can do it in 5-minute increments. You don't. Now here's the thing with Raw and Instagram, or not Instagram, but Insta Radio. Basically, you had an unlimited time. You can just talk you can just keep talking and talking for, I think the longest I had was like maybe 2 hours or something like that. Anyways, you can keep going if it didn't crash. The problem with Insta Radio / Raw is it crashed and you would lose everything half the time. So it's a 50-50. Sometimes we keep it, sometimes you just lose everything you had, and all the work you put in for that cast was gone. Like, it was gone. Anchor has it so you can do 5-minute segments, and you can keep going if you like. Like, say you don't finish your topic in 5 minutes time, you can keep going. You'll finish the first segment, the first 5 minutes, close that out, put a title on it, publish it, bam, and make another. And here's the great thing about it, Anchor. Unlike Insta Radio and Roar, and I love the app, but developers left it for dead. I support it. We all supported the app. Anyway, long story short. So anyways, Anchor has some kind of deal with Spotify and then Apple iTunes where you can actually embed music within your channel. So you have your podcast, say you finish a segment, or even just, I'm going to take a break. Embed the music in there from Spotify or iTunes. You got music, and if the person has premium, they are able to listen to the whole song. I think that's pretty badass. Not only that, it gets better, guys. It gets better. So check this out. So they have these little interludes. Well, think of radio, and let's say you're doing a segue. Say I finished the 5 minutes. Bam. I find this little tune, twinkle, whatever you want to call it. Like, let's just say, do, and then on to the next segment. They have a bunch of those. They have a bunch of those little interludes, they call them. Let's see if I can find it here. I will find it for you guys. I gotta keep this interesting. So check this out. I want you guys to see the interface here. There is a learning curve, so bear with me here. This is what you see, like every day. You'll see this. This is my face right here. That's my channel right there, and that's the first page. Pretty much, you'll get this every day. It'll go today's rundown, and it'll be like, okay, basically like an audio or a podcast of news stories, etc., etc. And then anyway, so let me show you what I was talking about here. Interlude. So I press record here. Let's say I finish my first segment, my first 5-minute segment. Bam. I go to interludes, and it's got a bunch of stuff on here. It's got a bunch of different twinkles, tones, little things. Let's see, limbo here. Just like short yeah, short stuff like that. Anyways, it's pretty cool, guys. I don't know, like, if you guys are interested in podcasts or just listening to different people around the world, download this app. I'm on it as Mystic Mindcast. My friends are on it. You're welcome to listen to them as well. It's pretty sweet, and I've actually fallen in love with it. I've been a bit hesitant, of course, because of the demise of Insta Radio and then Roar, but for the most part, I'm enjoying this thing. This is like my new baby, my new toy right now. I'm supporting the hell out of it. Whoever the developers are, they're freaking geniuses. It's like I said, it's not new. Apparently, it's been around a year. I'd never heard of it until now, which is pretty much how I got into Roar and Insta Radio. I didn't hear about it, heard about it word of mouth. My brother actually told me about it. I got in, and bam, I'm making all these casts. Unfortunately, it didn't last, but this app has promise. So there I am right there. Bam. M's Audio Universe on Anchor, Life Anime Games, Inspiration. I'm going to try to change that. If you guys got any suggestions? Anyways. Oh, I forgot to tell you about this. So like any other social platform, you know how it has a thumbs up? They give you a like. You like something, right? I'll show you something real quick. I haven't put anything on here today, so I don't have anything on here right now. Let's go to the Rebound, right? This is one of my favorites. Now, I don't really care for sports, but I favorite it because what the hell, right?
Hi, Victor. This is Wintertime Radio calling, and I love that idea of bringing LeBron and the whole.
So he can clap. So check that out right there.
But I don't think that we would
push this thing here. You can clap. You see those things falling down, like the hands clapping, they come down. It's pretty badass. Anyways, that's one of the many features. There's a lot, and I'm sure there's a lot more coming. Get on the app. I'm Mystic Mind Cast on there, and I also put it in the description below so you can find me that way. But anyways, enough about that. I think I've talked the head off about that. But yeah, it's great, guys. It is awesome. Get on that wonderful podcasting, audio vlogging, audio logging, whatever you want to call it. All right, what's next on my agenda? So I didn't go in any particular order here, but so unfortunately, and I gotta say, because it's part of my life, that one of my coworkers is leaving. And actually, he was like the guy that was there from day one for me, and he taught me, he trained me for the most part. Of course, I trained at various locations, but he was the guy that trained me for the most part to do my job. And it's been, I would say, it's gotta been, well, see, when did I get there? I got there 2013. Was it 2013, 2014? I think it was 2014. Time sure flies, man. Anyway, so I got there 2014, 15, 16. Has it really been 2.5 years? Holy cow. Anyways, I digress. So this guy that taught me, there was another guy, but he left. He was there for a week. I got trained on. I did the whole computer training, and then it took me, well, probably a week and a half to finish that. Trust me, it's a lot. It's a lot. It should not be that hard to train up to do anything at all, unless you're working with nuclear physics or something crazy like that. But anyways, long story. Anyways, so this guy, he's the guy that trained me up. I'm not gonna say his name, but cool guy. One of my first, and he was like a manager trainee, I think, when I got there. Maybe a manager associate, I don't know. There's like 4 levels, right? There's like manager training, the first level, manager associate, and then like assistant manager, and then your freaking like location manager. So that's 4 different. He's location manager now, but he made that last year. So he made manager associate sometime after I left his location the first time. I went to a different location to basically take over because the location manager there went on maternal leave. And to make a long story short, I came back to his location. Various reasons. Well, there was some shifting in the company, and then some guy took over my position at a different location. Anyways, so he's the guy that trained me up. If you watch this video, I appreciate everything you've done for me. Sometimes I can't make sense of what decisions you make sometimes, but we're not perfect. Cool guy, anyways, and I was a cool friend because we hung out more than a few times, and we used to have this thing with not just him, but various coworkers, and we used to go out and we play pool, right? Play pool. It'd be like once, I don't know, every so often. We used to do that, and I miss it, man. Ever since I went to Australia, and it's coming up. See, I tell you, I'm gonna segue into that. Ever since I went and came back from Australia, we haven't done anything. And I don't know exactly why. I just, well, from what he was telling me, like people would make a plan and then wouldn't show up, or just got tired of waiting for people to make the plan and just execute. Which I understand. Like, I get it. I sure do. But anyways, we never really hung out after that. Nobody. But I worked together with this guy for a good while, and then for the past few months we haven't really worked together. He's been more like the overseeing management over a few locations that we have. 2 of those locations are new, fairly new, and the one I'm working at is the one that's been there. It's been there since day one for me. So, and he's leaving. He's doing his own thing, and I give him props, man. I give him props. He's gonna go back to school, do his own thing, and it does take courage, man. I'm telling you, man. The way, I mean, just to be quick about this, I'm not gonna rant. I'm not gonna fume or anything, but I'm just saying, like, it's been crazy lately, where we've been working like long hours, like every day. I mean, fortunately, I'm hourly, so I'm making the money, but the OT, it gets old after a while. Like, it starts, it really starts to wear on me, and not just me, but everybody. Like, and then you got the supervisors, not him, but the supervisor for him talking about, oh, you guys got to cut overtime. But how can we cut overtime when there's no coverage? I'm like, you guys are. And I'm sure it's like, the management over them, so I'm like, you guys got to cut the overtime, cut the OT. Like, come on, guys. Like, be realistic here, because it's impossible to cut OT unless you want that one guy to do everything, and that's impossible. I mean, he's already, like, he's a trooper, man. I wrote this email to a coworker, and I was like, hey, man. Well, she's a female, but I was like, this dude is busting his ass. He bends over backwards, and this is his character. I respect it. He bends over backwards. Me, on the other hand, I don't think I'd go that far. I'd probably, like, I don't know what I would do. But anyways, he is busting his ass, bending over backwards, and then he's getting this crap. It's like from management. Hey, you got cut over OT, and all these high expectations. Hey, I'm all for high expectations. I get it. But when the expectations can't be met for whatever reason, then it's like, hey, man, back off, because either one, you got to hire more people. Anyways, I don't want to, like, fume. I don't want to bring any negativity. But I'm just saying, like, he's busted his butt, and he's been there. Like, he's basically, like, he's like, very, very strong backbone, and to lose him now, it's gonna be detrimental. Like, I'm not even like wanting anything bad to happen. I'm just saying that losing him is like a detrimental. Like we're all good. Like we all do a great job, but he does the extra. He goes the extra mile. He's a workaholic. He's even admitted to being a workaholic. Like it's crazy, like the kind of work he does. But I know, I feel like the tension. Like sometimes when he comes like to my location, and he's doing his paperwork, whatever. I can tell like he's just like, I'm kind of tired of it, man. I want a break, you know. He's human. Everybody's human. Trust me, I understand. I understand the pain. I just think you do too much, and that's kind of like the double-edged sword when you do too much, and then people expect you for it, and so they expect so much out of you that they'll wear you down. They'll get as much as they want, even if it's unintended. The same with the military. Long story short, I mean, that's what happens. If you're a hard charger, be careful. Just, you got to pick your battles. I'm not saying I'm not a hard charger, but man, I've seen it too often where people have been grinded down because others have taken advantage of them because, oh, they're hardworking. So guess what? I'm going to take advantage of you and put all the hard work on you because guess what? You're that guy. And it's unfortunate that there are people like that will take advantage of you because of that. It sucks. It happens. Be careful. Stay frosty. That's all I got to say. Anyways, he's going to be missed a lot. That's all I got to say. Yeah. Anyways, I digress. Cool guy. I'm going to miss him. And he'll be around. So maybe we'll have a beer or something. We'll have a beer, right? You watch this. We'll have a beer. I'll text you or something like that. We'll have a beer or something. Anyways. Next on the agenda. 22 minutes in here and everything is going so far. So I'm glad. So what I did for the stream this time is instead of having Chrome up, because I have so many freaking tabs open, it's ridiculous. I'm a tab guy. When tabs first came out, I was like, dude, this is a piece of heaven. Like, forget all the windows. I got a bunch of tabs I can put up, and of course the downfall is tabs take as much memory as windows. Actually, I don't know that for a fact, but I know in Firefox, like unless you click on a tab, like the window doesn't open up. Like that particular box doesn't open up unless you click on it. Chrome is a different story. Like all the tabs, they'll open up fully, and you'll have all the pages open on your page, and they're taking up all this memory. So I don't know. There's differences to both browsers, but I'm using Safari in this case because, like I said, my Chrome has too many tabs open, and I'd be streaming slow or whatever. It's just crazy. Anyways, next, prepping for travel, guys. I've been waiting for a long time, and I am less than 2 weeks away from my trip to Australia, and I cannot wait. Why, might you ask? Because I've been there before, and I loved it. In fact, the first time I went, I was studying abroad. I spent 5 months, about 5 months, give or take. Actually, probably a little bit more than 5 months. I got there originally around the same time I'm going now, sometime in July. Anyways, confidential. I can't tell you the dates. Come on, guys. Anyways, I'll give you a general idea. I'm going in the winter time over there. Okay, it's summer here, winter in the southern hemisphere. I know it's kind of trippy because last time when I left here, it was blazing hot. It was like 89 degrees, Hawaii, and it's like, well, it was muggy. It was pretty bad. I think it was like one of the hottest years besides last year. Oops. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What am I doing? Anyways, it was hot. It was blazing. So you can imagine when I got there, it was kind of like going home for the wintertime. Except home for the wintertime is pretty it's pretty freaking cold. Well, it can be pretty freaking cold. Like last time, it wasn't that bad. It was probably 30 degrees last time, which is the coldest it's been in a long time since I've gone home. So it was actually refreshing. When I got to Sydney, got off the plane, I was like, woo. But I was ready for it. I wasn't totally shocked, but I was like, okay, let's take a little getting used to it. And it wasn't like freezing. It was just like, it was cold. Not too cold, but it was definitely cold. It was probably like 40 degrees. But it gets better though, because they were like, okay, when I was there, they had stated that it was the coldest it's been in a long time. So it got pretty cold. I think 30 degrees, and it didn't snow. We were on the Gold Coast, and that's like Central Australia, and that's where I'm going back to. This time, I'm actually going to visit Melbourne for a few days while I'm on the Gold Coast. So I'm going to be on the Gold Coast for about a week, visit Melbourne for a few days, go back to the Gold Coast, spend the rest of the time there. Basically, bam, bam, bam. My itinerary right now, it's not full to the brim, and I don't suggest you do that. I would suggest if you're going anywhere, if you're going to travel anywhere, that you leave a little room open so you have some room to play. And unlike last time, I don't have 5 months to play around. I have about 10 to 11 days, and sucky parties, I lose a day going there, but I gain a day coming back. That's that day. It sucks that I lose that day because I leave on the 12th. You know, it sucks. Anyways, it's all good. Anyways, I don't have 5 months to play around, so I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Relax. I'm gonna take pictures, have fun. But anyways, I'm prepping right now, so my preparation is nearly complete. The only thing I'm waiting on right now is gathering some gifts for some of my friends that I met while I was there. That's basically it. Now I ordered something. I ordered like this sling, because I like to take pictures, right? So I want to get this. The sling's actually on its way. There's a shoulder sling for a camera. I have a DSLR. It's a Nikon. Anyways, I got this shoulder sling because last time I have the regular thing, right? It just hangs right here. It's kind of like, okay, what the hell is this thing? What is this? Anyways, so I want to get something new. I want to try it at least, and then I got a new lens. So, I got a new lens like a couple of months ago, and I've been doing wonders for the thing. Unfortunately, I missed out on QuietCon. I got the lens like probably a week after that. I was like, oh man, but it's okay. It's okay. It's all good. Anyway, so I got that. So prepping. I'm actually gonna make a video about this, like prepping for travel. But I'm gonna tell you what I did. Very first thing I did, and I just gonna want to do this if you travel anywhere. Because in fact, after the first time I got back from Australia, after the very first time, I already knew I was coming back. It was only a matter of time. I had planned to come back this year. And thinking about it, I could have actually gone last year, but I was like, well, it's a little too soon, because basically it'd be about 6 months. 6 months, I got back in December of 2015, right? It would have been 6 months, well, around 6-7 months, and I haven't been fully settled yet. So, plus, my mind wasn't totally focused because I was still in college, I was studying, and I graduated last May. So, of course, my mind wasn't all there in traveling anywhere. I just knew that eventually I would come back, and I wrote it down. I made a list, as I usually do for things this important to me. I make a list. It's gonna happen because I'm looking at this list from time to time, and eventually it's gonna come true. I'll start preparation for it. I start looking at prices probably about I'd say 8 months out, just to see what the prices would be. And I believe they're about 600 something. 6 months out, they're about 800 something dollars. And I was like, man, I can't get it yet. I could have, but there was something else I had to take care of. I won't even say on here, but I had to take care of something else. Long story short, I didn't get it, so I had to wait basically 3 months after that, because I would have had it. If I would have ordered the tickets then, I would have got them for about 800 some dollars. Waited, and now I had to get them for about 1,000, and roughly 1,200 some dollars. And that's not only like the tickets from here to the Gold Coast, but also from Melbourne, those connecting flights. So everything would have been about 800 some dollars if I would have got it the first time, but now it's like almost 1,300. Probably a little bit over 1,300 if I had to look at it again. But so planning is everything, like for real. So when it comes to travel, anywhere that's far that's going to cost money, planning is key. And before that, guys, if you're going to go anywhere out of the country, you need a passport. I already have a passport. It's cool. You're going to need a visa. For Australia, that's easy. All you need is an EFT. I think, what was it? I don't exactly remember what that means, but it's some kind of electronic, basically electronic visa. And you do it on their government site. You have to sign sign up. Depending on what kind of visa you're getting, if it's tourist, it's fairly easy. If it's school, they basically call it a tertiary education visa, which is what I got last time. And you can also work while you're there. Unfortunately, anybody that's coming here to the United States cannot work when they have a education visa. We need to fix our stuff over here, because other countries are allowing people to work. Because we're afraid, us Americans are afraid people are going to take our jobs, which will happen because there are a lot more better qualified people out there. I'm just saying. Statistically, people that come from overseas are better at certain jobs than people that are local, because the people who are local are just content. The people that are coming over from abroad, they're more likely to work harder because they have a lot more to lose. They don't want to go back home. They have a lot more to lose, so they're going to work harder. So keep that in mind if you want to go elsewhere to work, study, whatever. Speaking of which, though, when I went abroad, for example, and I'm telling you this, it's very true. Yes, of course, I had my fun, but I also had fun. Finance was one of the hardest classes I've ever had in my whole college career. Hands down, one of the hardest. And let's forget the fact that the classroom was huge. It was like a lecture, which I had never had. Like, I'd never had classes like that before, because I went to a smaller college, a smaller university. Our classes were no bigger than like 20 people, 25 people at most. So it was like almost like stadium seating. And I wouldn't blame that, but the fact that the source material and the professor was like fast. Like, you either got it or you didn't. And some people got it like that, like bam. The Germans, they got that like nothing. Like, you guys are crazy. You guys are like math whizzes over here. Everybody else is just like, what the hell is going on? I have no idea. But anyways, I had to work my ass off in that class, because I failed the first exam. Because, one, I didn't take it seriously enough, for one, okay? And when I say that, I mean that there was a party before that. Before that Monday, before we had the exam, there was a party on Saturday night. You guys, if you guys were there with me, you remember Q1 was off the hook. And believe me, champagne is no joke after you've had several glasses of it. Now, it took me by surprise because it was so good. Anyways, fun times, right? Good times. Anyway, so that Sunday, I was jacked. I didn't want to do anything. I tried to study. I studied a little bit, as much as I could, and I just like, this is not working for me. Anyways, long story short, I failed the exam. And I didn't like totally bomb it, but I failed it enough where I pretty much had to work my way up the whole rest of the semester with the quizzes. Thankfully, the quizzes actually meant something. It was very powerful getting an A or a B, and that was my goal. I was like, I'm going to make an A or a B or higher because I have to. I have no other choice but to do that. And so I worked my ass off that last part of the semester just so, and then actually for the final, I think I think I slightly passed it. So because the first exam was like 50% of the grade, right? So basically everything else equaled the 50%. So the last exam didn't equal as much. The quizzes were actually pretty powerful. Thanks, professor, for that. Anyway, so I ended up passing the class, but I was I was getting nervous. But yeah, so that's proof that it works. I'm over abroad. I don't want to come back home as a failure. That to me is a big embarrassment. Besides the fact that there are other things going on at the time that was embarrassing for me already as it is, as an American. Anyways, yes, I was, well, it was a year before the election year, so you get where I'm going with this. Anyways, so I'm almost done prepping. I do need to get a new bag. Not necessarily, but the bag that I have is kind of falling apart, which is concerning. I don't want a bag that falls apart when I'm traveling. That's not cool. Even though it's going to be with me, it's going to be in an overhead bin, etc., etc., I feel like I'd be more content if I had something newer, better. I mean, I had this bag for probably 10 years. It's gone through some crap, okay? It's gone through a lot of stuff, and I believe it's time to upgrade. That's all I'm saying. Am I being too loud? Probably. People are trying to sleep. Probably calm it down a little bit. Oh. So I'm waiting for gifts. There are a few other things that I need before I embark on this journey. But most of everything I have already. Like I said, I got the visa, I got the passport. Pretty much, I got most of my clothes I'm going to have when I go down there. I know it's going to be cold, so I got a jacket. Well, I'm going to take my Griffith jacket, the one I got while I was there. And, of course, my sweatshirt. I'm not going to pack heavy, really. I mean, I don't think there's really a need to pack heavy. I'll pretty much pack probably the same amount that I went home, and actually less, because I went home for about 3 or 4 days total. I'm actually going to Australia for about 11 days, 10 to 11 days most. So, and then of course I can wash my clothes, and jeans are like freaking indestructible, so I can wear those the whole time and not wash them. I'm just joking. Unless I really have to. If they stink, for example, or I'm just saying, they're jeans. You don't have to wash them every day. Of course, I'm going to shower every day, so that's not a problem. So the jeans can pretty much last. Pair of shorts, pair of PJ shorts, just in case it gets kind of warm. Probably not. I am going to be staying in a hostel when I'm in Melbourne for the 3 days, so that's going to be cool. I decided on a hostel because, one, it's more economical. It's more wallet friendly. And, of course, I don't know what the prices are like in Melbourne. I have an idea. It's going to be a little bit pricey because it is in the city and it's Melbourne, Australia. So those are two different things I'm looking at. So I don't want to spend all my money on a room since I'm not going to be in there half the time anyways. And plus, it's a hostel. I'll get to meet people. So it's a great idea. Thank you for suggesting. Whoever suggested that, I think it was Geif. I said his name, you probably won't know him. But he's on YouTube. Guaranteed. And he'll probably watch this. You'll watch this. I know you will. Cool guy I met. He was one of the Griffith mates at Griffith. And I consider him to be like a friend, actually. More so a friend than an acquaintance because he was like the Griffith mate. The guy that pretty much told me everything I need to know about the area, the university, the uni, as they call it, and everything. We'd meet every once a week, and I'd meet with another guy who's from Germany. He won't be there, but speaking of which, there are a few friends. Like I said, there's a few friends that are still there that I'm gonna meet by the time I get back. So hopefully we get to spend some time, drinking coffee, tea, whatever, dinner, I don't know, something, sipping beers, whatever. Good times, man, I'm telling you. But here's the thing. The danger, and this is with anybody. I understand, I've cast about this before, that I cannot expect the same thing to go down, and I should not ever expect the same thing to happen because I won't be happy. And I'll tell you why I won't be happy, because I fell in love with Australia for various reasons. One, I was there. I was studying about. It was 5 months. I was within a different culture the whole time. And when I got back, I was like, this feeling. It's like, Michelle, man, you gotta make this happen again. Like you can't go down like this. You can't go back to Hawaii and just sit on your ass and do the same thing like you did before. And the feeling it came over me for like the longest time. Now that I'm finally going back, I don't have that feeling so much anymore. But I know for a fact that when I get back, I'm going to have it again. It's going to come over me harder than it's ever happened before. And I'm going to be like, dude, you got to go somewhere else. You got to freaking travel, man. Because I love traveling, man. I love traveling. Not just, I've been other places besides Australia. I joined a Navy because I wanted to travel. I wanted to get out of my home city, visit the world, travel abroad, and just take it in. And I'm going to take it in when I get back. I even notified a couple of my former roommates, and they're friends of mine now too. So they told me there's going to be different things. They're getting ready for the Commonwealth Games coming up next year. Now I'm thinking like, well, should I go back next year? I mean, I'm probably not going to watch the Commonwealth Games, but I mean, it's the idea, right? What if I did? I mean, what if I go? What if I go with somebody? I don't know. And then there's a chick. I haven't really talked about it that much on here, but I used to cast about her when I was on the Raw and Insta Radio, right? I used to cast about her various times. I never mentioned her by name at all, ever, and I won't ever do so because that's confidential. Long story short, I met her. Actually, I met her in passing last time I was there. I met her in passing, and I took a liking to her. Like I would go visit her at her workplace, and we'd talk, and I don't know. I just felt that. I mean, it could just be me, but it always starts with one person, right? Even if the other person doesn't fully connect, like at least I felt like. It might have been various things, like I'm going back soon kind of thing, like, can we be friends at the very least? And that's pretty much what happened. I knew realistically that we could not do anything. Well, I couldn't either. I wasn't ready. I'm going to travel back to my home country. She herself is an immigrant, and she's adjusting to there. So I can only imagine like what's in her mind. I mean, she's, besides the fact that she told me, hey, I'm not ready. But, if anything, we'll just try to figure anything out. And basically, I'm paraphrasing, but I told her, like, before I left, I was like, hey, I'm going back. I know this is the reality of everything. And I accept the fact that we're going to be thousands of miles apart. We'll probably meet other people, which is true, we will. But, because I met her, I just feel like there's some kind of connection. Like, I don't know, it could just be me. But she entertains my connection. Like, she entertains my thoughts sometimes. Like, I don't know if she's messing with me. Like, I don't know if she's playing with me. And, but she's staying in contact with me for the past couple years. I mean, that's got to be something. It's got to be something, right? And I don't know if because she could have easily been like, screw this guy. Screw this guy. I mean, I don't really know this guy. He doesn't really know me, so why should I keep contact with this guy? But, and the funny thing is, I kept, at first, it was like every 3 weeks, I'll email her, right? Every 3 weeks. And no matter what, every 3 weeks, I'll email her, and then every 3 weeks turned to every 4 weeks. Every 4 weeks turned to every 5 weeks, and then I went back to 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and kind of like just cycle. But even though she didn't reply back every time, it was okay. And just when I got to the point where I would just like, she don't care, she would write back. She would email me back, and I'd be like, I'd be shocked, almost like shocked, like she wrote back. And not even like, it'd be out of the blue most of the time. It would be straight up out of the blue most of the time. And I'm like, wow. She showed me. She's playing with me. I don't know. Is she playing with me? Somebody like explain to me like how like that works, like playing females. I don't know. Anyways, whatever. Anyway, it means something to me. I don't know. It means something to me. That's all I'm saying. So plans when I go back. Like I said, I can't expect the same thing. I know this. This is why I'm going to Melbourne. I've never been to Melbourne. Last time I was on the Gold Coast most of the time, and I ventured out a little bit, mostly at the beginning, but as the semester got harder and harder and harder, less time, and then I lost track, and near the end it sucked because I was running out of money, and I was like, oh my gosh, I really wanted to go to Byron Bay. I never got to go. The reason why I didn't get to go to Byron Bay was not because I didn't have enough money. You can actually go there, and I think it's like free or something to get in there, but there's things you can do that do cost money when you get there. But anyway, I didn't go because I had a class project. And I was like, this will show you how dedicated I am. I was one of the guys in charge of the class project. And I could have said, hey, I'm in your country for a bit. I'm going to enjoy myself. So you guys head it up. I could have been like that. I wasn't. I was like, you know what? Let's do the video. It was like spring break. It was basically on spring break. One of the only days that I had to go to Byron Bay. We did the video on that day. And I believe the video was a success. One of these days, I will post this video up. Of course, I'm probably going to have to ask for permission, but oh my gosh, you guys are going to love this. So one of my classes with international marketing, right? So our project was to advertise mangoes to China from Australia. Now you can imagine how this all went. It was fun. It was fun. Believe me, it was one of my favorite projects I've had to do. Anyway, so I might put that up on YouTube one of these days. I'm gonna put it on in the reference mentions area for now, just so I do. It is online. It is online. It's in the cloud somewhere. All I need is to link it up, and you guys can watch it and tell me what you think. Anyways, that's my diving into the video and advertisement universe, as we call international marketing. Anyway, so I know for a fact I can't expect the same thing. I can't expect that this chick will be even like me or anything more than what I'm imagining. So I can't expect anything more than that, and that's fine. That is a realization I have to accept, and there's nothing else I can do. I mean, it's life, right? You can't always expect candy corn or ice cream cones and cherries on top. You can't always expect that. It's just not realistic. What I can expect, and I will expect, is to have fun. I won't be doing the same thing. I have less time. I will get to meet up with a few people, and I understand that I won't be able to do everything in the allotted time. I just don't have that much time, obviously. And I mention that because there's people, even in 14 days' time, that will try to do everything humanly possible, and they'll get burned out. It's like they'll do the tourist thing, and like, frick, instead of having fun, they're racking their brains. They're trying to do something. They're trying to do too much. You're supposed to relax. It's a vacation, right? So I plan to relax. I plan to chill out and do what I like. I'm going to go out and take some photos of stuff I've never seen. Go to places I've never been. Meet people I've never met. And then meet people I have met. Have a good time. Make some new memories, basically. I won't expect to do the same thing. I won't expect to meet the same people. A lot of people that I met there are not there anymore. They're gone. That's the truth. I've gone down the whole list. Look at that. And the funny thing is, I've been planning this video for a while. Planning to do it for a while. I was supposed to do it Sunday. I was supposed to do it Monday. It didn't happen. I was supposed to do it yesterday. It didn't happen. I finally did it. And guess what? Tell me if I knocked it out of the park or not. I hope I did. I'm not trying to put up crap for you guys to watch. I'm trying to put up some good content here. So that's what you should expect from me, is good content. And if I'm not putting up that good content, please let me know. Please drop a comment below. Send me a direct message through my Twitter or whatever. Oh, better yet, call in on Anchor, because you can call in. So check this out. This is awesome. There's a feature here. Let me show you here. There's a feature right there. You can call in. So like, say I leave a 5-minute segment. You make an account, you can call in, and of course I can approve it or not approve it, and it can be on it can basically be on my radio show, but not really be on it. But you can call in and be like, hey man, you're cool, kind of thing, what's up? But no, seriously, I'm telling you, you guys gotta get on this app. This is like, I mean, the app may not be the future, but audio podcasting is the future. I mean, it's been around for many years, so of course. Audio is one of the things that it hasn't been as tapped as video, and there's a reason for it. It's coming back with a vengeance, guys. Be ready. So I think that's about it, man. I have basically gone down the list and gave you an update on my life. I told you what my preparations are for Australia. My plans abroad, and of course, if I have any applicable videos that I have on YouTube already, I will put those cards in there and of course make it easier to link up. And then I've talked about my plans for this year. So Commonwealth Games aren't actually until next year, but they are coming in full force, and I have been told that they are prepping. They have prepping for the Commonwealth Games, and there's new things that I haven't seen before. I know there was construction while I was there. Hell, Brisbane actually had a lot of construction when I was there. I'm not sure that was for the Commonwealth Games, but I was just playing construction. But anyways, I plan to have fun. I look forward to having fun, and regardless of not what happens, I'm just gonna keep going forward, man. And then next year, I'm gonna travel somewhere else. And then this time, of course, I am planning on teaching English, and I've narrowed it down to 3 different countries so far. So Japan, South Korea, and Taiwan. 3 countries I've narrowed it down so far. I'd say China, but China's a little more rough around the edges. But who knows? Plans might change. I might end up in China. Who knows? I know people in China. I know people doing it right now. I know somebody in Poland that's teaching English right now. So look out, world. Hey, it's never too late unless you're dead. That's all I'm saying. So whoever you are out there, keep doing what you're doing. Progress, move forward. I'm gonna keep doing me, and if somehow I can motivate you, inspire you to do the same thing, then I'm doing my job. That's all I say. That's all I'm saying. So anyways, get on that app, follow me, favorite me, and if you like what you see in here, please like and subscribe. And then if you want to be notified of future streamings or future uploads, please tap that bell and you'll be notified of my future videos. And of course, share and like, because if you want to see more content like this, then please do that. If not, then no worries. It may not be for you, but it'll be for somebody. But anyways, I'm gonna get off this thing. It's been almost an hour. I might go for a walk. I just drank a beer, so I don't think it's a good idea to go for a run. But a walk is definitely warranted. I got my water right here. I got my energy drink. Actually, not energy drink. It's more of a sports drink. In the fridge, ready to go if I need it. As always, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting me. And I will see you on the flip side. And I know I have skipped a week. And so you might... I'm trying to plan for my next video because it's going to be more of an informative video, more so than a vlog. But stay tuned for that. I will give you more direction on my Twitter and other various social platforms, just to give you an idea where I'm at on the new videos. But anyways, thanks for coming. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you on the flip side. Definitely stay tuned. Follow my blog and follow different various social platforms. Twitter, the Mystic Mind feed. Instagram, Mystic Mind I. Snapchat, Mystic Snap XX. Periscope. I mean, you can pretty much follow Twitter and Periscope. They're about the same. So, Mystic Mind Live. Twitch and Mystic Mind Play. And Anchor, Mystic Mind Cast. See how I did that? Anyways. The only one that's really different is Snapchat. And that's because I kind of made Snapchat. I was like, what's Snapchat? Had no clue, but it's huge now. So you can look for me there. That's kind of more of my random stuff. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my Instagram, actually. Right now, I post just my portable. When I say portable, any pictures I take from my phone, I post on there. The problem is well, I don't have really a place to post like my camera photos, like from my Nikon. I'm like, I mean, I could blog every time, but blogging, I mean, I don't want to have to blog every single time when I take a picture, right? I mean, It seems like too much work. Bear with me on that. I'm still considering on putting some photos on there from my camera. So right now, I solely use it for my phone. Every picture I've taken on there is from my phone so far. But I might have to make a change on that. We'll see. Anyways, if you have any comments, feedback, please, or any suggestions, please put it below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Anyway, thanks for coming, everyone, and it's been real as always on the Optimistic M. I'm your host, Michelle, and I will catch you on the next episode of the Optimistic M. Laters.